don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.
Okay, so we have some major-ish updates for you guys. We've been trying really hard over the last couple of weeks to get back into things since the last video and kind of that big update. But we recently just had a bunch of our friends come out and they helped us greatly. We all put like, I don't even know how many man hours into just getting things done in the house and outside of the house, which makes us feel way more energized and ready for what we can do for the rest of the summer to get it ready for the winter and just keep moving forward. So why don't you guys come on in and we'll show you what we've done, at least inside the house, and then we'll come back out. So one thing you'll notice as soon as we walk in is we have a kitchen floor again. We finally got the garbage bags moved out of the kitchen, and now that that is kind of cleaned up, it feels a lot more spacious in here than it has in a really long time. So that's really great. This will kind of be our next project, is getting like the old appliances out, getting the cupboards dealt with, because they're not staying at all. But if you come on in here, things have changed. We moved the couch upstairs, so the couch is no longer in the middle of the dining room, mostly for safekeeping. But the biggest thing that happened was we took out the ceiling. The ceiling in both the dining room and the living room are fully, well, they were all just like gypsum board, and like press board basically. It was disgusting. And it was super moldy, so it smelled gross every time you walked in here, because as the rain keeps coming, it was just getting wetter and wetter and wetter. We've had some black mold start, and we decided that enough was enough. It needed to be dealt with. So part of what happened was we had one of our friends, Adam, come in, and not only did he blow through taking out the ceilings in both rooms and the crown molding and cleaning everything up. Like, the man literally swept, organized, piled things. He was absolutely amazing. We kind of just let him go in here and he had a blast. He also did a big favor for us. He took out a couple of our light fixtures. So the one that was here previously in the dining room was broken and we weren't keeping it anyway. The one in the living room is moving upstairs, so we needed to take it down because it has to be cleaned. But then he also took a look at all of our electrical as well and kind of gave us an idea of where we stand. Don't worry, he is a professional. So he gave us an idea of where we stand with all of that, and where to move forward. So we have an idea for next year and the year after, kind of how we need to go about all of our electrical, and just getting things situated. But yeah, we got this cleaned up more, so we can actually kind of see what the beadboard looks like underneath, and just get everything kind of breathing and things not soaking in and staying and rotting even more, and creating more mold, because gross. But yeah, we've determined now that this corner is all just old rot. There is nothing actually new and rotting in there, so we'll be bracing that wall as soon as possible. And then the next step will be getting up on the roof and tarring it before the winter. So that'll stop all the leaking and we'll be able to kind of get things a little more situated. Yeah. I think that's it for inside. Nothing's really changed upstairs, so you don't need to worry about that. But yeah, everything downstairs has kind of been the biggest thing.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the sun, never leaves. She's so bad, she don't need the brag. The gas in the back.
As for the outside, we got a bunch more of the plum trees cleared out. As you can see behind me, we can now get under our little spruce tree canopy. It's actually got about 5 to 6 feet of like standing room space underneath it. So we've actually strung up some solar powered fairy lights in there already. And it's got this perfect little nook in there. I expect to be spending quite a bit of time in there as the days go on when we just need a break and want to have a nap. Other than that, we exposed the dogberry tree more and hung up a bird feeder in there for all of our baby warblers that have been around. So hopefully it gets more of a chance to live and experience more life. We did a lot of burning. Everybody was out. We got a bunch of trees cut and burnt, and like, it's insane. It looks like we did so little, but in the grand scheme of like everything, when you put it all together, we did a lot, and we are so very thankful for all of our friends for coming out and helping and spending the time in hot weather and having hot dogs with us and just going to town. And yeah, cannot express how thankful we are for our friends and our family that came out and helped. So thank you guys. I know we've said it like 15,000 times in person, but you're just gonna keep hearing it more now. Other than that, we've checked on our blueberries. It's gonna be a really good year. We checked on our strawberries. They're starting to come around as well. We got our first harvest of rose petals off of our rose bushes. And we also harvested a bunch of red clover. So yeah, we're on our way to having a fairly bountiful year. It doesn't even look like we made a dent in the rose bushes at all. Like at all. So there's that. Other than that, yeah, we planted the last couple of things. So we have our pink pearl apple in the ground now, with some Swiss chard around the bottom. And we got our maple tree put in, and some pink champagne currants and our black currant, who we've had on our deck for like 3 years. So he's finally in the ground. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems like we did absolutely nothing when I'm explaining all of this to you guys, but in the grand scheme of how much space and area we've covered, and how much time went into all of this, like, I don't even think we could have done a fraction of what we did yesterday if it was just the two of us. So it makes us feel a lot better, and we are so excited to just keep going and get this all ready for the winter and kind of keep pushing forward.
I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired.